They'll just like pile it on. It's huge. Dying from eating too much food. 안녕하세요. 저는 케일럽입니다. 반갑습니다. I've been in Korea for 5 years! Koreans are generally a slimmer body population. They're slimmer people. Where I came from, the people were not quite as slim as Koreans. This is all gonna come from my perspective, so I'm not meaning to offend anyone here. I'm just gonna talk about what I think in my experience of living in the southern part of America and in Korea. Korean portions are just the right amount of portion. Usually, if you're eating together, you get one section of things and everyone shares. Or you get just like one bowl of soup and some rice, and that's what you get. But in America, if you go eat out, you get a massive plate of food. So if you go eat out in America, it's like for 2 hours maybe. So you go and then you get like appetizer first, and then you eat the appetizer, you drink a lot of water or beer, and by the time you're done with your appetizer, you're full. I went to Okinawa, and we went to an American restaurant and we were all full before we got our food. And then they bring your food and it's just a huge plate of things. You have that food and you just eat until you're even more full and you take it to go. Pretty much if you eat out in America, you take your food to go, always. There's some Mexican places that if you get like nachos or something like that, they'll just like pile it on. It's huge. And burgers are huge with a bunch of fries. Portion sizes are insane there. In Korea, whenever I eat food, I'm not always like super full. I'll be like, oh, I'm full. But it's mostly because of the side dishes that I get full. A main dish doesn't really fill me up as much, so it's a good size. It doesn't like make you where you're just like dying from eating too much food. Another thing, in Korea, they eat, I think, a lot more vegetables than like where I'm from in America. We eat a lot of fried stuff. Everything's fried. But Korea eats like kimbap, bibimbap. Those things have a lot of vegetables in it, so it's pretty healthy for you. But I was reading a study in America, and it said that close to 25% of Americans do not eat vegetables. And that's like really crazy. And that has part to do why Americans are not as healthy and bigger. There's obesity in America. There's definitely an obesity problem in America, so I can't get fussed at for saying science. Obesity is a science, it's not like a thought. There's scientific facts that say obesity, you're over the amount of weight, your body's unhealthy. So if someone wants to think like, oh, it's not obesity, it's okay to look like this. Yeah, if you want to, but it's unhealthy. The fact is it's unhealthy. American breakfast is definitely not healthy. Like Korean breakfast is just normal Korean food, just you're not eating as much of it. Like they eat rice and a little soup sometimes. And the typical like American breakfast is like pancakes, sausage, bacon, eggs, cheese, like so much stuff. Personally, I just eat yogurt and a banana, so I try to keep it healthy. In Korea, everyone's like, I want to eat the American breakfast. That's like 2 pancakes, some eggs, some sausage, some bacon, biscuits with gravy. Some people eat all of that. Some people pick portions, but it's definitely not healthy for you. No. So Korea has these little box foods, and it's like in a little box, and it has little portions of things, and it's called doshirak, and it's just a little meal. So if you want to just go to the convenience store, you can get this here. Some people use it as their meal, some people a little snack, but it's pretty healthy. And in America, when you go to convenience stores, if they have food, it's usually like fried fish or fried chicken or fried something. Just like 7-Eleven in Korea has it as well. They have a little fried section. It's like that. Like that's what you find there, or you just find like junk food there. A lot of Korea, it's easy to go to the convenience store and just, they have little section that you can eat. America doesn't really have that too much. Sometimes they do, but people just grab like a bag of chips or junk food and just go off. They don't really have a spot to eat it usually, so it's more convenient to eat chips than eat a box of something and all around. There's this thing on the internet that they call a food desert. I heard about it. It's like some places where I'm from, well, all of America. America is a huge place. So some places don't have food like nearby. So you have to just get in your car and drive all the way there. So it's a little more like difficult to get like good food or to get exactly what you want, I would say. Korea, you just open your door and walk outside and the food's there. Or if you want to get a certain type of food, you can walk there and it's within a distance. I can walk 15 minutes and that's not a lot of walking in Korea. But in America, if I wanted to walk to a restaurant, that's not how it would be. So you always have to drive. You don't get the exercise like you do in Korea. Usually, like when we would go eat out, maybe like 10-minute drive away, but sometimes we go to a different city, drive 30 minutes. So what you do, you just go drive, eat a lot of food, you're full, get in your car, drive home, sit on your couch, eat some ice cream or some popcorn, like that's what you do. But in Korea, you go eat, you walk to where you go eat, you take the subway, but you're still walking up and down stairs. You do a ton of walking. That's a huge, huge thing that helps. One huge thing about why, like the difference between where I'm from and here and Korea, fast food, they have it all here in Korea. Every fast food that's in America pretty much is here, like the big chains, but it's so much cheaper in America. Like America is famous for the dollar menu, like 천원. Burger or fries or it's all 천원. They have a section of that. America, fast food is really quick and super cheap, like super cheap, because they're competing with each other. So like burger places, they all are competing for the best burger or something, so they'll always have a sale on this burger, like, so everything's much cheaper. But it's good because I get to stay thin. I gotta contact some people about the perfect body because I don't have it, but no. My big tip is, this is a thing that I do. I try to walk as many places as possible. Like in Korea, it's easy to walk places. In America, you don't really walk unless you go hiking. Always take your car. There's no way you're gonna walk to those places unless you don't have that type of transportation. So today I talked about my opinion on why I thought Koreans are more fit than Americans. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe and watch more. See ya. Boom, 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 boom.